They say power protects those who hold it. But history whispers a different truth, that sometimes a nation's fate rests in the hands of a young woman who never planned to be queen. This is not a fairy tale. This is not a myth. This is a story of courage, wisdom, and a choice that shook an empire. Welcome to the story of Hadassah. Long before borders were drawn on maps, when kingdoms stretched from the Great Lakes to the edge of the Indian Ocean, there lived a girl named Hadassah. She was raised not in a palace, but under the watchful eye of her uncle, Morty. Morty was known across the community, a man of integrity, steady as Mount Kilimanjaro, unmoved by trends or fear. He taught Hadassah one thing above all else: never forget who you are, even when the world tries to rename you. Far away, in the stone-walled capital of Mwanga, ruled King Mfalme Zuberi, a man whose word could raise villages or erase them. When his royal consort Queen Nima was cast aside for defying public shame, the elders searched the land, from the coast of Kilifi to the hills of Bugisu, for a woman worthy of the throne. Hadassah was chosen. She entered the palace quietly, watching more than she spoke, learning more than she revealed, and when King Zuberi saw her, he saw not just beauty, but calm. The crown was placed on her head. Hadassah became queen. Power attracts pride. Soon after, a feared military commander rose, General Kambale, a man who demanded respect, knees bent and eyes lowered. Everyone bowed, everyone except Morty. Morty stood tall. And pride, once challenged, turns dangerous. When Kambale discovered Morty's people, he crafted a plan so cruel it threatened to erase an entire community from the empire of Mwanga. A decree was sealed. A date was chosen. Drums of death were prepared. When Morty heard the news, he did not whisper. He mourned publicly, and he sent word to Hadassah. Morty echoed, calm but firm. Do not think the palace walls will hide you. If you stay silent, rescue will rise from another place. But who knows if the crown found your head for such a moment as this? Fear gripped her Hadassah. In Mwanga, approaching the king without summons meant death. But Hadassah understood something deeper. Power without purpose is empty. She sent her reply, "Tell our people to fast, to pray, to stand with me in spirit. I will go to the king, and if I do not return, then I will have stood for something." Hadassah approached King Zuberi. He welcomed her, but instead of speaking too soon, she invited him and General Kambale to a royal feast. Then another. That night, sleep fled from the king. Records were read aloud, and buried in ink and dust was a truth forgotten. Morty once saved the king's life, yet was never rewarded. By sunrise, Morty was honored publicly, led through the streets by the very man who planned his death. At the second feast, Hadassah spoke. She revealed her roots. She revealed the plot. Silence fell. Justice rose. General Kambale was seized and destroyed by the trap he had prepared for another. Though the law could not be erased, a new decree was written. Hadassah's people could defend themselves, and they survived. Peace returned to Mwanga. Morty rose to leadership. Hadassah ruled with wisdom, and the people learned a lasting truth. That destiny is not loud. That courage often whispers first, and that sometimes you are placed exactly where you are to change everything. If this story moved you, it's because courage still speaks, even today. Someone watching this is standing at their own crossroads. If you believe stories can awaken purpose, like this video. If you believe courage can change history, subscribe. And if you believe you were born for more than silence, share this story, because you never know who is listening and waiting for their moment.